and we are giving you a surf report and forecast and update on the news, and here to answer all your questions and all kinds of stuff. Actually, we're going to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, maybe we're just going to try and create a bit of atmosphere here within the surf shop here.
Welcome to the future. You were there and we are here.
Yeah, I just got a pen and a piece of paper just because Joe's got his computer and I've got
You want to feel like you had something to do.
I've just got my shopping list here.
Okay, well the reason why I've got my computer is because you, if you're watching this video right now, you can send us comments or questions and we'll answer them the best we can in real time. So if you are just tuning in, maybe you found this feed on our Facebook page, maybe you found it on our website or on YouTube. Either way, the best place to go would be our Witches Rock Surf Camp YouTube channel. It has the Witches Rock Surf Camp logo. You want to make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications because we are going to be giving you lots of live feeds here in the future, not just surf report updates here in the shop, which I mean, not to sell ourselves short, we're pretty cool and fun to hang out with, but we've got a lot of people here at Witches Rock that we want you to hang out with too. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. We're doing a Spanish class. Teaching you how to cook some Costa Rican dishes. We're taking you out for surf lessons. You may be there and we're here, but that's not going to stop us from showing you how to surf and having a good time doing it. So,
yeah, we're going to bring in some of our instructors. We're going to get some of these seminars so that you guys can still improve while you're at home. And again, any questions you have, how-tos, tips, tricks, or even just general questions about coming to Costa Rica, what's going on. It doesn't have to literally be here in Tamarindo. It could be any part of the whole country if you've got any questions whatsoever.
Yeah, so first, maybe we should get Ryan the intern on the show. Because, I mean, talk about the, what's your nickname for him?
He's the Oracle.
The Oracle. You want to know what's going on with the waves, he's the guy to talk to. You want to know what it's going to be like a week from now, he's the guy to talk to. So we'll get Ryan, he's...
Yeah, I don't give my seat up to many people, but that's one young man I will, quite happily.
Okay, so here we go. We're already starting to get some questions coming in here. Got Chad Hidalgo. What's going on, Chad? Thanks for watching us. You're not here. We miss you, but we're going to have a good time nonetheless, and hopefully this brings us closer. How was your Father's Day, by the way? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. How was your Father's Day? How was yours?
Mine was great,
Yeah.
Typical Father's Day. It was like on the Sunday, just nice and chill, day off.
Yeah.
Having some fun with the family. It was really relaxing, surprisingly. Generally being a father is not that relaxing.
Oh, it looks like my mother has joined us. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Not sure if you're there, Dad, but my mom's on Facebook. It's pretty cool.
Hey, Candy.
Yeah. So, this whole live stream thing, it really is the future. We know right now Costa Rica border is closed. That means you guys can't fly down here right now. It means we can't fly up to see you. And until it opens up, which technically it's slated to open up the 30th of this month, the government hasn't made any sort of announcement to change the date. I have a feeling it might get extended again, but then again, I don't know. Really don't know. And it's been, 3 months of this? We've really, I know everyone everywhere is going through all kinds of stuff with the coronavirus, and we're just the same. But we really don't know. We're waiting one day to the next to give us news, such as right now, the restrictions. Maybe we should start with the restrictions news, and get people updated, because I know there's a lot of confusion on, are the beaches open? What's the deal? So let's start by running through restrictions.
So beach restrictions.
Beach restrictions.
Yeah, so we're still here in Tamarindo, Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. till 8 a.m.
And then on the weekends, you cannot surf in Playa Tamarindo, unfortunately. But Playa Grande, which extends all the way to the Tamarindo estuary, right down the middle, you can surf Playa Grande every day from 8 p.m. till 6 p.m., 7 days a week. And Langosta also, as well as some of the other national parks. I know that Ocional and Guiones down the Nosara area, you can surf there, I think every day. And the beaches are open.
And up further north, the Santa Rosa National Park, which houses obviously Witches Rock and Ice Point, that is 6 a.m. till 3 p.m.
Yeah, so it's not like we're completely shut off from surfing, but it definitely is, it's different than it was. But it will come back again, little by little, to open the beach up more and more. I think probably the biggest thing right now is the fact that the borders have been closed. The international border is closed. The only way you can get here is if you're a citizen or a resident or you've got a really good excuse. And I'm not sure. I haven't tried to leave. I'm actually very happy to be down here right now, but it does make it difficult to run a surf camp when all of your guests, at least all of your surf camp guests, come from all over the world. So we're waiting for that border to open. Right now they say June 30th, but that could be extended. So if it is, we'll definitely update you. But as of now, that's still the plan. So what is that, 8 days away?
8 days away, yeah.
I almost don't believe it because...
It's anything, it's just speculation from like this point forward. And again, you know, obviously the governments, they always, with everything that happens with the virus, everything's changing from one moment, from one day to the next. So, I mean, we're just trying to keep the positivity, we're just trying to keep things ticking over here. You know, we're pretty much open throughout the whole resort. You know, the brewery's open, surf shop is open, surf shop in front is open, Eat at Joe's, Vaquero, we're all open. You know, obviously, we're with all the restrictions in place. But yeah, no, we're just happy that we can continue to be here and hang out, and you know, that's the whole point again, these live stream videos is bring it straight to you. Yeah, so if you are here in Costa Rica, then definitely come by, because like Nikki said, we are open. The restrictions for restaurants and bars, if you have a restaurant, bars I believe are still closed. Mm-hmm. If you just have a bar, then unfortunately you're still closed. If you have a restaurant with a bar, or a hotel with a restaurant, or any sort of like food drink combo, you can be open 7 days a week. But you must maintain a 50% occupancy. And that goes the same with hotels. Hotels of all sizes, small and large, you can be open, 50% occupancy. And we do have a few rooms booked in the surf camp right now. It's not like normal, but you know, it's actually kind of nice. I want to say it. I mean, I miss y'all. Can't wait for you guys to come down, and you know, the surf camp will definitely be busier at some point soon in the future, but it has been really nice with how slow it's been. Like just going out to the beach. I mean, there's basically no one. Even when the beach is open, there's hardly anyone on the beach. The wildlife has really come back a ton. There's monkeys everywhere. There are literally monkeys everywhere. There's more monkeys than people, and it's just nice to see. I don't know, everything's really green. It's been raining a lot. Yeah, we've had a very, very rainy June, and like Joe said, there's a lot more wildlife hanging around in the ocean and also in town, and it's just nice and quiet and peaceful. I think that's mainly what is the nicest thing. Like the evenings is so quiet, and like especially around sunset, you can just like hear all like the howler monkeys and the birds and everything. It is a nice time to be down here because everything's sort of lush and green with all the rain that's going on, and it looks like we're pushing into like that mini little summer, the verano de Tamarindo. Yeah, I mean we've had some offshore winds. It hasn't been offshore all day long, but we've had some good winds. There's Wilfredo singing as he walks into the surf shop. Yeah, that's why he's a driver and not a professional singer. Hey, Wilfredo, come say hi. Yeah, it's live, dude. Todos están escuchando, están cantando. Hola. Yeah, you gotta get in there more. I don't know, I don't actually have the live feed. This is Wilfredo, one of our drivers here at Witches Rock. Wilfredo?
Contento y feliz todavía de trabajar en esta compañía.
Yeah, so there you go.
Eso está un poquito difícil, pero ahí vamos poco a poco, tratando de lograrlo y salir adelante, porque está costando mucho, pero con el esfuerzo de todos.
Es cierto.
Esperando que en algún momento podamos volver un poco más a la normalidad.
Sí, es cierto que tuvimos que rebajar la compañía tanto. Hay mucha gente que ahora no son con nosotros, que esperamos que en el futuro regresen. Pero al mismo vez tenemos la mejor del equipo aquí con nosotros y cada día estamos, como dicen, aprovechando, trabajando duro para mejorar la cosa. Al menos somos abiertos, cada día es un poco mejor que el día antes y ahí vamos. Que hay que andar siempre con sonrisa, trabajar duro, tratar de hacer que se puede, porque la verdad es que aquí en Tamarindo hay muy poca gente abierto. Casi todos los negocios son cerrados.
Sí, y actualmente pues estamos con los locales, la gente nos ha cogido bien, vienen, disfrutan un rato, ven el sunset, tranquilos, y después para la casa, trabajar un ratito y agradecer por estar aquí prácticamente.
Basically, what Wilfredo's saying is what we've been saying in English. And you know what? It's a lot slower than normal. A lot of the businesses in town, unfortunately, are still closed. Witch Rock isn't one of them. There are a few other businesses that are open. I think that kind of helps maintain a little bit of normalcy too. Because I know the first month when things were shut down, it was just kind of weird, you know. Like we were redoing like Joe's, and there was the caution tape on the front.
But I'd never seen anything like that. Even like, I've been down here off and on. My first trip was in 2004, but you've been down here since 2000.
2001.
Yeah, and that whole period before, I'd never seen the town like that. Especially in Semana Santa in April, it was just no one around.
It's like one of those zombie movies.
Yeah,
like
it really
I Am
was.
Legend or something. I don't know. It's true. Es cierto, ¿verdad?
More like
Sí, sí, sí. That's true, that's true.
Vale, bro. Muchas gracias.
Mucho gusto, boy. Yo estoy trabajando todavía.
Oh, he's working. Good. All right. Well, hey, we've got a couple comments coming here. Let's get through it here. Oh, Wilfredo, my mom says hi.
Mother?
Yeah, mi madre, Candy. Wilfredo says hi, Mom. Yeah, you know, Alejandro, we miss you too. We can't wait for you to come back. Anastasia, we are open for lunch. Eat at Joe's is open every single day of the week, starting at 7 a.m. for breakfast, all the way until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night for lunch and dinner. So definitely come to Eat at Joe's. El Vaquero is open every day, starting at 11 until 10 at night, 7 days a week. And then the brewery, Volcano Brewing Company, is open every day. And I think we've moved the hours until 4 p.m. It was at 3.
Right.
So if you get there at 3, we're closed. We're not lagging. Well, we probably were lagging with something, but we open at 4. And we're open until
10 p.m.
Till 10. I don't have my notes. It's hard to keep track. The point is that we're trying to stay open every single day. It's just difficult when you only have certain hours. And we know how important it is to just always have a place that you can go to and know that you're open. So that's what we're trying to provide here. So whether you want to come for lunch, or you need a place to stay in the hotel, just want to grab a pint, we're open.
And just gotta say, during this rainy season time, the sunsets have been spectacular.
It's true.
They really have. With the cloud formations and everything, there's Molina, who's one of our waiters here. He took a picture the other night. We're going to put it up on our Facebook and Instagram soon. It was just like one of those no filter photos from your phone. It was stunning. So yeah, it's been really, the sunsets have just been outstanding.
Yeah, we'll find a way to, maybe we should post that, like on our, I don't know.
Yeah, we will. We'll get it up there on our social media.
Now, we have more comments coming in here, so I just want to, Alex, can we ship him some Imperials? I mean, yeah, we could, because they don't need to be refrigerated, so technically we could. You know, I'm so used to people asking about our own beer, our craft beer, which unfortunately you have to keep it refrigerated unless you pasteurize it or filter it, which removes all of the yeast. But I don't know, Alex, send us a direct message. We'll do our best. Probably in cans though, not in bottles.
No bottles.
I saw one here from giving a shout out to Maxie. I don't see the message now, but we'll definitely pass that along. Maxie's not here with us right now. There is basically no boards being rented and hardly any surf happening unless you're up at like 5 a.m. and for the 3 hours Monday through Friday. That's really the only time that we're surfing, really renting any boards. But and there's really hardly anybody in town to rent boards right now. So it's mostly locals. But if you are in town and you do need a board, we've got about 1 million of them. We're actually building a new board cage.
Yep,
That's a good. So we're closing the surfboard cage on the beach. We've closed it. It is closed at Vaquero. And across the street, where we opened our demo center, is now you can walk in through the back. The whole inside's opened up, and we're just putting on the finishing touches. But I'm talking about hundreds of surfboards.
It is like an Aladdin's cave if Aladdin surfed.
There you go.
Basically. Because like you go through there and it just continues to keep going, and what we're doing is right now we're getting the best of our best surfboards like up and running and in there, you know, and it's looking pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Hey, a shout out from Gino Johnson. Hello, Gino.
Ooh,
Dude, how's that goatee doing? That really, it's pretty impressive goatee he's got there.
He's an impressive man all
He
around.
really is. I feel like I don't even know, Gino. How many times have you been down here? I mean, it's
More than me.
It's been down a lot. Well, we were getting shout outs in our last video. People coming down. We got many guests that come down for 10 plus times. 10 plus trips. I mean, I think the record right now is in the 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah, that's just amazing. You know, we really appreciate you guys, and know that you guys really want to get down here. We want to see you guys soon as well.
Definitely. Ryan, you mind joining us? You know, sometimes I feel just like a little bit of a computer just idiot. I can't find the comments
Take a
on here.
seat, my dear Oracle.
I don't know, my eyebrows are okay.
It's
You know what? That's what he was worried about, his eyebrows as well.
well, they look good, don't they?
And anyone's at there. I don't even talk about my eyebrows.
You call that eyebrows or just eyebrow? Okay.
Yeah, Nikki's at the singular, actually.
Hey, Frank wants to know, when's the rainy season over?
Rainy
well,
season was like...
It just started, like
Yeah.
maybe a month ago. Go ahead.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
By the way, hold on. Proper introduction here. This is Ryan, the intern. Definitely not an intern anymore. Ryan, how long have you been at Witches Rock?
It will be 7 years, 6.5 years
Okay.
today.
What, today?
Well, not today, but
Just
like,
about.
Just about 6.5 years. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, I don't think we mentioned this. If you couldn't tell, we're coming to you live from the Witches Rock Surf Shop. So if you hear the doors open and close, that's people coming in and out, getting wax, getting t-shirts, things like that. So, and Ryan, you started off as an intern. Literally,
Yep.
I remember when you came upstairs to the offices, and we had across the street, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
And you were just moved to town, and you were looking for a job, and I was like, dude, this dude's pretty bright.
Yeah, man. I put out that illusion to you, didn't I?
100%. Yeah, no, it's been great. You've been a great addition to the family.
Yeah.
And now what? 7 years, just like that.
Yeah,
Almost.
man. I appreciate it. Like, you guys have done so much for me. I came down here just, looking to score some waves, had like a little internship lined up, and I always saw Witches Rock, and I was like, those people, I gotta get in with them. So I went in, I had my one nice collared shirt and pants.
We almost didn't hire you because of that. We're like, this dude's a nerd. I'm just kidding.
But no, you guys were super nice. You guys had me doing whatever. At one point, I was like running a cornhole contest outside.
That's
You were
right.
the
I mean,
best.
yeah, actually, you know what? The Cornhole Contest was awesome because it attracted like so many people, especially
Right.
all of the Nicaraguan vendors.
Yeah.
The other day, that got kind of serious. I think we almost had a fight.
There was a-
No, we had some beer bottles thrown, and you were out there that one day watching, and you're like, Ryan, we gotta end the cornhole. And we were like, all right. But we had to, like,
Whoever thought cornhole could become such a competitive sport? I thought it was like just like a tailgating sport, but dude,
Yeah.
It's huge. It's on ESPN.
it's on ESPN.
ESPN, yeah. ESPN just before, like, literally Saturday night, there was UFC and
Cornhole. Well, we've been in this coronavirus thing.
Sorry.
There's been no live sports, so I'm not surprised 100%, but that's pretty awesome. So, anyways,
Yeah.
from running cornhole tournaments on the beach at Acaro to like handling all the reservations, phone calls, emails, chats, everything. Chances are you've spoken to Ryan Waldron if you contacted Witches Rock. He and Shauna run all the reservations here, and Ryan also has a very special skill. Ryan can predict the future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe to like 60% accuracy, well, using all my sources. But yeah, that's what I love to do. I'm from Virginia Beach, so over there you really gotta, time in what the best window of surf is gonna be, because the waves are pretty bad and you really gotta be on top of the weather. So I studied a lot, studying the hurricanes, all the low pressure systems, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed learning about the weather. So yeah, I brought that down here, and it's different. We get a lot of ground swell as compared to wind swell on the east coast of the United States where I'm from, but I still love looking at the storms and trying to predict where the best spot's going to be and going out and scoring the best window that I can. So yeah, that's my passion. I enjoy doing that.
Well, I've been surfing for a very long time, and I call you when I really want to know, like, if what I'm seeing online is true. And I mean, there's a lot of details to surf forecasting. And I think another thing which is really cool is that we're going to be doing all of our surf seminars live streamed. So we definitely have a surf science seminar. You definitely have taught, thousands of surf camp guests over the years about how to use different tools online to predict the swell.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're definitely going to dig deeper into that. But let's kind of get everyone caught up on what's been happening here as far as the surf and what's happening moving forward. And before we start, I don't want to get too far behind because we keep getting comments here. And I just want to answer a couple real quick. We never actually answered a question, which I can't find the thing now, but it was about rainy season. When does it end?
That's right.
Technically, rainy season just started. Rainy season normally starts, I'd say, in May. You might get a rain shower in April. May is when you get some consistent rains. Somewhere around late June to late July, we get the Veranillo de San Juan, which is like the Indian summer. here in Costa Rica. Is that a good way to put it?
It's my favorite time of year, right? Because you get these pumping Southwest Swells from the South Pacific, and yeah, pretty much like all the month of July. And you've been here longer than I have. I've been here for about 6 or 7 years, but I feel like it goes almost into halfway through August.
Yeah, well, as far as the winds, it can. I think it depends. I mean, I know that we had I want to say it was an early hurricane season in the U.S., and was it Cristobal? Was that the one that was like a week ago? Was that
Cristobal.
Yeah. Okay, so basically in the very beginning, well, rainy season will go from, let's say, May to October. That's the answer. The short answer is rainy season kind of ends with the end of October. It's almost like it's really rainy in October, and then November becomes November, and the rains almost just dry up. There might be 1 or 2 rains, but it almost stops at the end of October, like clockwork. With September and October being the heaviest rainy months. May, June, July, and August, they're all pretty light. We've had a heavier start, more rain than normal in the beginning of the rainy season. Part of that is because of that hurricane. I think it was Cristobal. And what happens at the beginning and the end of a rainy season here in Central America is the storms, they start right here in this, I want to say within 20 degrees north of the equator. They kind of sit maybe in the Caribbean, and these storm systems, they'll wait a few days before they start to head north and turn into a hurricane. But that whole time when it's forming and doing its thing, we're getting a lot of off weather. So I want to say, because we did have a couple weeks where it rained most days, and I mean, it's gorgeous right now. Everything's green. I'm sure there's plenty of water in the ground. All the wells are full. But yeah, we're definitely in rainy season now. But over the summer, we'll have an Indian summer here. I don't know if it's really starting yet. Usually it seems to happen in, I'd say, the second half of July. But sometimes it's early July, maybe even the end of June. But that's sort of the rainy season description. Besides the fact that it's winter in the southern hemisphere, which means we're getting a lot more swell, and that's what's been happening. We've had waves pretty consistently the last 2 or 3 weeks. The rains, maybe the winds, have maybe made the conditions not so ideal a little bit of the time, but most of the time waves have been pretty consistent.
Absolutely.
In fact, I've seen a lot of waves out in front when the beach has been closed. And I wouldn't be lying, I've snuck out a couple times. But I don't recommend that, because technically it is not allowed to surf here in Tamarindo. But I do think, I'm kind of going with this whole Playa Grande, where it is legal to surf. Like the middle of the river mouth, half of that's Playa Grande, and then this half is Tamarindo.
If you want to rationalize it like that.
So if you go to the river mouth and you just take lefts, I think you're okay.
You're good? Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm going to tell the judge. I'm going to be like,
I was just going backside.
I was just going left. I wasn't going right at all.
That's funny.
So what's going on with what's going on with the waves over, I don't know, the rest of the week? It's Monday, June 22.
Yeah.
What do we got going on? I know it's early morning high tide. It's I want to say it was 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's like a 4 a.m. high tide. So yeah, today we're keeping an eye on it. There is a new Southwest Swell coming in. Has a good angle on it. I think it's 218 degrees. So has a good western component. So that'll light up a lot of the beaches here on the Pacific side. Not just the southern orientation beaches will feel it, but even places like here in Tamarindo will feel a lot more energy than the usual swells. Sometimes our swells are, they can be 190 degrees, so almost a straight south. So here in Tamarindo, where we have a slightly west, almost even west-northwest orientation, those dead souths,
180 degrees, they just pass us by.
They just kind of pass by. They hit Grande super hard. But this swell that's coming in, 218 degrees, building in today, peaking tomorrow. Looks like waves should be in the head-high plus range pretty much everywhere on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. Yeah, it looks like it should be a good one. There's a couple spots that I have in mind that I might want to hit, but with the dropping tide tomorrow, maybe even tomorrow afternoon when I'm done working, I could get some, if it rains, get a nice glass off in the afternoon. Those are my favorite sessions.
Yeah, that's something to be said about the rainy season that you don't really get in the dry season. Like right now, I'm looking out, I can see the surf from where I'm sitting, and the wind came on shore a couple hours ago. It was looking good this morning, and I didn't get out there, but I can see there's a bit of rain cloud coverage, and I get this feeling that it's going to probably rain. It rained just a little bit ago, but hardly at all. But if you get a decent midday or early afternoon rainstorm, it can really clean up the conditions. The wind can go from blowing onshore, it can just turn around 180 degrees, blowing offshore, rain comes through. As soon as that passes, you almost have this oil glass conditions for the rest of the afternoon. And so yeah, right now we got that afternoon high tide. It would be a great time to surf Playa Grande if the winds fix themselves.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to get up really early. But if you do, people were surfing here. I mean, I woke up, I could see that people were still surfing into that mid tide at like 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. And by tomorrow, I think high tide's around 5. I'm not sure. It's pretty early. If you wake up early, it's getting light at 5 a.m. right now. And so if you're here in the country, you can definitely get the early morning sessions throughout the rest of the week at any of the beach breaks that break on a mid to high tide. You'll probably get some pretty fun waves. Otherwise, pray for a little bit of rain and then hit one of the spots that are open all day, such as Langosta or Playa Grande. So
that's the key. There's no better place to be when it's pouring down rain. Keep an eye on the ocean, keep an eye on the flags, because sometimes a nice strong rainstorm and you'll just feel the offshore just kick in out of nowhere.
You will.
And then you get all excited. If you're right on the beach, you can wait till the rain calms down and then cruise out there and not so many people in the water. That's probably my favorite thing about the rainy season this time of year, is those afternoon sessions after the rain, oil glass. You can do everything. There's barrels that he had, good little turn sections. Those are great sessions.
Yeah, there's really been very few people in the lineup, so that's been nice. All right, look, I've got all kinds of comments coming in here, and I got to do a better job of multitasking. But I did see an important one from your mom. Your mom was watching too.
Absolutely.
So give her a shout out. Come on.
Oh, Mom. Hi. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, moms. Okay. Other questions. Okay. So if you're just tuning in now, we're bringing you a live Q&A. If you would like to continue getting our live streams, please do me a favor and go to our YouTube channel. The Witches Rock Surf Camp logo. You can find it. Just search for Witches Rock Surf Camp. Subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications, and you'll get pinged. We are also going to you'll get pinged whenever we go live. We're also going to be putting our calendar, our schedule of events on our Facebook page, on our website, and we're going to send it to you by email in our next email as well. We're still putting it together, but the point is, with the borders being closed and no one able to come and visit us right now, we really want to do our best to share everything that's going on down here. So this is a surf report, surf forecast, and Q&A, but we're going to be bringing you all sorts of programming. We're going to be teaching you surf lessons, taking you on surf trips. We're going to be doing a Spanish class. We're even going to teach you how to make patacones in the kitchen with Xenia, Costa Rican delicacy that people really don't know how to make. So it's going to be a pretty cool collection of media, and it's really our way of just trying to stay connected with you in the Witches Rock community. There are some questions, and we talked about this earlier, but we're going to keep talking about it now. Right now, the borders are slated to open up on July 1st. So June 30th.
Yeah, until we hear another announcement, that's what we're going with.
So that's really only 8 days away. The government has not given us any update. I do believe they're going to give us another update and they're going to extend it. I personally kind of feel like that's going to happen, but I could be wrong. We don't know. We are waiting day to day to get updates. There have been restrictions. There are restrictions right now, such as if you're in the country, you can't drive your vehicle. Let's see, if your license plate ends with an even number, you can't drive on Saturdays, and if it ends with an odd number, you can't drive on Sundays. And then depending on the number that you have, one day of the week you can't drive as well. There are exceptions like going to the grocery store, the doctor, or to work. But it's there's definitely trying to keep less people traveling. Restaurants and hotels can all be open, but only at 50% occupancy. Stores can be open. There are a couple parts of Costa Rica, which I think mainly to like the north along the Nicaraguan border, more of the agricultural parts of the country that are under a different orange alert, so they have a little bit different restrictions, and La Fortuna is one of those spots. So these restrictions don't apply to those areas, but for the rest of the country, which is like 90% of the country, those are the rules. The border's closed. It's supposed to open. They're supposed to end the restrictions on June 30th. If we hear notice of that changing, you'll be the first to know. But fingers crossed. We'd love to have you down here. We've been spending the last couple of months getting everything ready for you. Really, we've been dialing in the boards. We've been fixing up the rooms. We've redone Joe's. We're, we did the shop here. We're just kind of, doing what we can with what we got, and definitely looking forward to having you back down, having a good time, catching some waves.
Absolutely. Do you guys want to plan your trip, or you got some dates you're thinking about?
Or if you have questions,
Yeah.
any questions, you can email or call, or you can ask right now.
Just talk surf. You want to talk about the waves, talk about the conditions, whatever. Give me a call, and I'll be here. I'm here every day.
Jonathan, pull you out of me. Pause the computer. I've got like all these comments. I can't get them all to load on my computer. I don't know what's wrong with me. We have like whatever, 30 comments here. How do I see the list of all? What am I doing wrong? Right. Click on it. It only shows these. All right. Hello, David Lyons. Thank you. Hello, David Sipple. All right, coming down the 11th. We hope as well.
Swell is coming in next week. T-shirt.
Yeah, Chris Solomon giving you a shout out.
It's funny.
Ahora show, ¿cómo puedo mostrar todos los comentarios que estamos recibiendo aquí? Yo pongo aquí y no hace nada.
Maybe refresh the page.
Ah, lo hice eso. All right. Oh, wait, there you go. Guys.
Is this when we need the
Kid-
Witches
kid-
Rock thing? Was like, oh, we
Here
are
we go.
experiencing
Kids
some
these
technical
days.
issues.
Kids these days, they know everything. Thank you very much. Okay, so I know I missed a lot of comments here. Alex DeLima, happiest place on earth.
I would
Would
agree.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree too.
All right. Oh, Chad, recovering from shoulder reconstruction surgery. Be back ASAP. Oof. 6 shoulder reconstruction surgery? I don't know about ASAP, Chad, but however long it takes, we'll be here. Can you walk on the beach outside of surf hours? Kathy Hudson's asking us. You know, Kathy, that's a good question. Here in Tamarindo, anytime, day or night, you can go out to the beach and there's people walking on the beach. Technically, are you allowed to? I don't think so. So I'm not sitting here saying that you can't. There is a little bit of a legal argument. We're surrounded by a national park. Tamarindo is technically part of a national park, Marina, Parque Nacional Las Palmas, and therefore, the ocean is not supposed to be off limits. I'm not really sure why Tamarindo is excluded from the list. I think there's probably, I've seen it happen in the States in the news. It's probably happening around the world. There's never been beach closures like this. The country's never just closed its borders. So I think you've got a lot of different departments of the government that don't necessarily know what's going on. Now, maybe they do, but they're not. One hand's not talking to the other. You've got the Ministerio de Salud, you've got the CNAC in charge of the national parks, you've got the local police, the Coast Guard, lifeguards. Like, there's not the best communication going on. So I'd recommend not walking on the beach. I'd recommend not surfing in Tamarindo after 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. But really, the choice is yours. Can you walk on the beach? I mean, there's people walking on the beach every day.
Yeah.
At sunset, there's a ton.
You see the sunset last night?
It was yeah.
There are tons of people. I was
I know.
looking at it, tons of people on the beach, but
Yeah.
not recommended.
Let's see here. We have any other questions? Oh, look, Anastasia. They're on their way for lunch. They watched the live stream and now they're coming. We've got a bunch of Pura Vidas.
Is it Gino? I said Gino?
Yeah. Give him a shout out here. He's where are you at, Gino? California, right? NorCal, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, look, Chris Solomon. He remembers when you started.
Nice.
He misses the surf science blogs, right?
I did the different surf spots published that yesterday.
Yeah.
Like types of like wave pool, point break.
Well,
leaf
we're
break,
going to have to
stuff.
redo these as live streams,
Yeah.
so we can answer questions in real time.
For sure.
And that's what we're doing here. We're working on it. Let's see here. Wow. David Lyons took 30 trips to Nosara starting in the 1990. Must have really liked the area here. Guanacaste really is, I mean, I've been all over Costa Rica. Guanacaste is like, it's really special. I mean, I love the southern zone. I love the Caribbean side. I mean, hell, I love the central coast. Like, I wouldn't say there's a part that I don't like along the here in Costa Rica. You have all these different zones, but Guanacaste is so unique because we've got these really interesting characteristics which make the waves here stand out. I mean, our coastline literally faces every direction. And I think that's something people don't realize. If you've got miles and miles of a beach facing the same direction, then, depending on the swell direction, the beach is going to have very similar conditions. Here in Guanacaste, I'm like looking at a coastline from where I'm sitting now that's facing 180 degrees south. I can see the main peak of Playa Grande. That's facing to the south. So we might be sitting here on a due south swell in Tamarindo. And it might be like waist high here.
Mm-hmm.
And literally it's overhead at Playa Grande. It could be that different. Even more. It could be even more substantially different. Or maybe in like a November or a January, you get like a northwest swell, a booming northwest swell where Jaws was firing. And within a couple days, that northwest is rolling right into Tamarindo, and which is the direction we're facing, northwest. And it's the exact opposite. The river mouth is just pumping.
Yeah.
And Grande is like waist chest high, and it's well overhead here right in front. So I think having a coast that faces a lot of different directions really makes this a special spot. And then also those offshore winds. we get a lot of offshore winds here. I mean, it was howling this morning, and this isn't even the Papagayo wind season. Like from December to March, the winds blow offshore most days, and then during Indian summer, it'll pick up for 2 or 3 weeks of offshore winds every day as well. But even in the off times, like in June or November, you can get those offshore days. And I just think that we get so much more consistent winds up here in that regard. It also, I think, makes it really special. So definitely, and I know a lot of people know, that's why people keep coming back to this area. And it's not to say the southern zone isn't firing right now, because I'm sure it is. Not to say that Playa Hermosa de Jaco, south of Jaco, isn't just an amazing wave, because it is. It's world class. And have you seen the surf off Isla Uvita? Have you seen some of the clips that are floating on Instagram right now?
On the Caribbean side, yeah.
I mean,
gnarly,
there is some just drainers between the city of Limon, Puerto Viejo, down to Bocas del Toro, Panama, the Caribbean side. Just start looking around. In fact, you should Google the spot silverbacks in Bocas del Toro. Have you ever seen silverbacks?
Yeah. That's Panama though.
I know, but it's still only like 10-hour, 12-hour drive.
Just right across the border.
I used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a few years. I really like the Caribbean side. It's just, you get spoiled. Living here, you kind of know that within half an hour, you pretty much are guaranteed some good waves. But there's a lot of good surf in this country. And if you got questions about anywhere else, not just Tamarindo, ask us, because I know between me, Nikki, Ryan, we've been around, we surfed a lot of waves in the area. Okay, here's some more questions. Oh, look at this. Mitch McNeil, Chicago Surf Rider.
Mitch!
We had Mitch on the podcast a few months ago. In fact, if you haven't listened to the podcast, Ryan, you've been on the podcast more than once. Twice.
Yeah.
Keep track. Yeah, well,
return guest.
You can find that on the witchesrocksurfcamp.com website. Just click the podcast link. We did 50 episodes last year, every single week for 50 weeks. I feel like this might be better though.
Yeah.
I don't know. The podcast was awesome. I think when I say better, I mean that when we were done recording, I had to edit it for hours. This is like, if you screw up, you screwed up. It's done.
Yeah,
There's
people
no editing.
like that though. People like to see our humanity come through.
Yeah. Hey.
See us screw up.
Let's see here. We got Chris Solomon. Chris Solomon, a top fan. Those are all local spots, no? What are we talking about?
Like Jaco and Punta Uvita.
You know what? I got something to say about local spots. I think if you come with a really positive attitude, there are no local spots. But I think if you come with a bunch of people and you are not you're not respectful to just coming with a large group to a spot you don't know you've never been to before, that's disrespectful. I wouldn't do that. If you're on your own, you're with one friend, maybe 3 of you max, you come with your best manners, you don't try to take all the waves. In fact, you paddle out, you let a lot of waves go through. I think everyone in Costa Rica is pretty darn chill.
Yeah, and around here there's a lot of beach breaks. There's a couple reef breaks, but Playa Grande is a huge beach break. There's a bunch of different peaks. There is a main peak where the locals will sit, and there's some hassling there. But you move down 100 yards, and you got another perfect sandbar with not so many people. So there's a lot of waves like that where you can find your own peak. It's nice.
Yeah, and on the Caribbean side, these waves are pretty heavy, so I wouldn't necessarily call them local spots. If you've got the balls to paddle out and drop into Salsa Brava when it's firing and overhead, you should do it.
Yeah.
Just wear a helmet. It's true. Okay, so what's next? I know what's next. All right, here we go. This is the Visla Flexible Packable Floatable Surf Hat we were going to give away in our last YouTube video. And we said, give us a, let's see, here we go. We asked our viewers to leave a comment, and the winning comment will win the hat. Winning comment, Patty Hathaway. Congratulations, Patty. You just won this wonderful hat. I'm going to read your comment. My favorite thing about Tamarindo, the Pura Vida life. Everyone at Witches makes you feel part of the community. Came to knock off #1 on my bucket. Learning to surf. Love the place so much. This September will be my 4th trip down to paradise. Patty, you're giving me goosebumps. Here she is. Look at that. My hairs are all sticking up. And I think the reason why is this place is very special. It's special for all of us. And we love the fact that you feel that too. We want this to be a special place for you, Patty, and for everyone else that comes to Witches Rock. This is, we want to feel like you're home away from home. So obviously you feel that way. Patty, I don't know how we're going to get you this hat. We're going to mail it to you. We're going to DHL it to you. You just got to send us a direct message with your address, and it'll be on your way. Sorry, Nikki. Nikki wanted to win this hat.
I have your email, Patty. I'll send you a message and let you know you won the hat, and we'll figure it out for you.
Here's got another question. Brandon Bedingfield wants to know, what month is the least crowded in town? I'm assuming he's talking about Tamarindo. And I'd probably say right now,
Corona month.
But honestly, we have this thing here called Free Fall at Witches Rock. What are you talking about Free Fall?
Yeah. Free room fall September, October. So any room with double occupancy, you get the room absolutely free, and you only have to pay for the surf program. So yeah, it comes out to be, let's say, less than $1,000 per person. We're doing deals for sure. So yeah, probably $700-800 per person for a week-long surf program. And the good thing is, if you email me early and book your room early, I'll give you the very best room. So yeah, September, October, a little bit of rain to deal with, but lots of blue skies in the morning, and you get a great price. So you come down here, you get breakfast, the board rental, the surfing, the tours, whatever, and we try and do everything for you, hook you up, and give you a great price. So yeah, September, October, if you got some dates, let me know. There's still the Sunset Balcony, the penthouse is open a couple weeks, so.
Yeah, so you can actually get those rooms for free if you just book the programs.
Yeah.
The reason why it's free, we're gonna be honest, September and October are the two rainiest months of the year. If you're surfing, you're gonna be wet, so the rain may not be as big of a deal. And we have some weeks where it can rain a lot, but then we also have some weeks during September and October where it doesn't rain at all. So it's a little bit of a crapshoot, and we know that. That's why we make the hotel free. It cuts the cost in half. It's a pretty inexpensive vacation, and it tends to be the two slowest months for the town. So while you might get a few more locals in the lineup because more of the businesses might be closed, less jobs going on, definitely not less tourists. But like after September and October, the next two slowest months would probably be May and November. Those are kind of the in-between months. And I really like November because the rains usually stop right at the end of October. The swell is not quite as consistent in November. It's probably, May is definitely a more active month with more south swell, but November can have some great waves, and November and May both very uncrowded. So I would say September and October the slowest. After that, I would say May or in October, and then after that, pretty much the summer months are much slower than the winter months. And I'm talking about like summer and winter in the northern hemisphere, U.S. and Canada. Reason being, when it gets very cold, places like the Northeast, Canada, you got your snow. Everyone's trying to escape that cold weather, and so they come down here to Costa Rica, where it's beautiful every single day. And so, just as the way it will be, there's more people in December, January, February, March, all those winter months. The summer months, there's less people because there's more travel options. People go to Europe, people do trips within the U.S. or Canada. But the good thing is it's the southern hemisphere, it's their winter, so we're getting all this south swell. Mm-hmm. So if you're like really into surf, you're gonna get way more consistent surf, bigger waves during the May to October window. So really that June, July, August, those are, I would say July and August. In fact, I think we talked about this. July was all our favorite month for surfing. Mm-hmm. Was that your favorite month?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you're gonna get the offshore winds, it's gonna be really uncrowded. And the swell is like, usually we get our biggest swell of the year in July. So hope that answers the question for you, Brandon. Anything else? Anything else before we go? Did we cover it all? Everything?
Covered it all, maybe.
Well, we should probably
Any
just,
comments?
if you're just tuning in, I'm Joe Walsh. This is Ryan Waldron. We're here at Witches Rock Surf Camp in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. And we are live streaming a Q&A. You can still ask us a few questions. If you're watching this after the live stream, just go to our website and hit us up there, witchesrocksurfcamp.com. Or you can send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Doesn't really matter. We're trying to come at you from everywhere. And we're doing more programming. So make sure you like our profile pages, whether it's the Witches Rock Surf Camp Facebook page or our YouTube channel. That'd probably be the best. YouTube would probably be the... Someone's trying to run out of the shop with a pair of board shorts.
If you were getting desperate.
Yeah. The YouTube channel, we have two of them also, so make sure you're subscribed to the right one. We're trying to merge them. Can't really figure out how to do that. But we have a Witches Rock Surf Camp, our main channel. It's got our logo on it. That's the one you want to subscribe to and turn your notifications on, because we're going to be bringing you lots of live streams based off of YouTube, but we're also bouncing it to our Facebook page and also to our website. So I think YouTube's probably the best because you got a TV at home. It probably has YouTube on it. Want to make it where you don't have to get out of the couch. You could just turn on TV, and then you got Ryan telling you the waves are going to be like.
That's right.
So, cool. All right. Before we go, we got a few last questions here. Next question would be, how hot is it in the summer? Well, I mean, it's hot year round. It's always hot.
Yeah.
We're like 11 degrees above the equator.
I haven't worn pants in like 7 years.
Nikki like never wears a shirt.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
But I do wear pants.
Pulled it off well.
I'll tell you what though, the hottest time of year just passed. Pretty much the end of March and into April, that's kind of when the offshore winds die and the humidity builds up. And it hasn't started raining yet, so it really feels like 10 degrees hotter, and that'll last anywhere from 2 to 4 to even 6 weeks. So that's just ended, and really the rainy season is a little bit cooler because you get a lot of cloud coverage. The rains really cool things off a bit too. So I'm assuming you're talking about summer here in Costa Rica, this June, July, August months, and I would say it's probably around 90 degrees.
90 degrees every day, probably tops out around 90. Then, but yeah, the
88 to 92.
April's
like
definitely
100.
the hottest.
Yeah, you could add a good 5-10 degrees to that. Yeah, okay. You know what? Keep saying your comments. We're going to be doing more live streaming. Make sure you subscribe. Look out for our schedule of events because we're really planning a lot of cool stuff. And we're going to be making this a normal thing. We really appreciate you guys watching the feed. And yeah, I don't know. It looks like it might rain. If it does, these waves are going to clean up. So, you know, we can paddle out here a little bit.
Yeah. Give me a call if you guys aren't doing anything. Talk surf. Toll-free number is 1-888-318-7873. If you guys want to plan your trip, tell me how you're doing. Tell me about a good surf session you've had. Whatever. I'll be here for a couple more hours. I'm willing to talk to you. We can plan your next trip.
Okay, cool. All right, again, I feel like I already said
How do we end this?
Do you end it? You just push the button?
This isn't the end.
This isn't the...
No, it's not the end.
Well, not everybody's been watching it for the whole time. So, like, you know, you want to, like, catch everyone up. We've had a consistent number of people watching the feed. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We are going to go. We're going to get back to our other things. But be paying attention. There's a lot more coming in the future. And just, we're really thankful to have all of you in our Witches Rock family. So, Pura vida.
Whatever.
Thank you, Brad.